Stream working. So I plan to talk as if I'm someone, even though I expect to have no audience. I'm gonna get right to it. I plan to make a list and try to stick with that. I have an AI system. Um, it is currently a plugin with several modules. There is a let me expand it. Plugins, advanced AI system, source, and there's these 5, 6 modules. The idea here is that this guy is the sort of base, or the yeah, it's the base system of the AI, and then you can implement it 3 ways. You can go with Unreal's implementation of AI, which is the behavior tree, or you can use what's called the state machine, and this is based off the Logic Driver Pro plugin. I'm definitely not sponsored. I'm a nobody. I just program. And that's what this is right here. Love it. Real easy. I've built a dialogue system off this. Uh, it's super cool. It's a little scary at first if you're getting into it with C++ especially. But I would definitely recommend it for designers for sure. So today I want to finish up the AI system. I've got a nice implementation for the AI utility, and it currently implements 3 behaviors. The can be here behaviors, and I'm sorry, 4: idle, investigate, patrol, and seek. And if I go in Unreal right now, I hit simulate. Let's take a look at this fox right here. Let's hit simulate. And this fox has a patrol path that it's following. The patrol path is a spline. In this case, it's real simple. There's just 2 points. I think I see the little square right there. There it is. Kind of hard to see under the map. There we go. The fox does not have a defined patrol path. It's solved at runtime, which is kind of neat. And you can, of course, modify this stuff to your choosing. I go to on behavior start for the patrol behavior, which is just basically a derived class of U object. Let's see. We get actors of all class, the patrol route. We store that in an array right here of actors. And then for each of those actors, which we know is an actor, we alias as patrol route. We're solving for the closest one, which is right here. If for some reason that we couldn't solve one, like this array is empty, then we return. And we could probably add a test up here that like tests if the array num or length is equal to 0, then we return. Doesn't really matter too much. And then we take that closest patrol route that we know that we have solved for, and we store it in the state. And then the behavior has a delta time tick, or has a tick function that essentially it's running the whole time while this behavior is active. And this is the behavior itself. But we're not going to get into that right now. So we're going to focus on the AI state machine implementation. We are going to then do the AI, what does Unreal Engine call it? Behavior tree implementation, a chat system, and then maybe weapons. Okay, so let's write a to-do list here. So, um, look at this guy. Let's see what we have here. Have a state machine class, and that's going to be pretty easy. In fact, we can go and do that right now. So let's make our to-do list. We're going to say create state machine for behavior implementations. And basically the same thing for the behavior tree. We're going to create behavior tree for implementation. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the blackboard though. I don't really like the blackboard. Yeah. And we have some C++ UI work, and then we have some BP UI work. And I think we can start there. So with the weapons, what I wanted to do was just make a basic shotgun. No aiming, reload capabilities. And we'll say basic damage. Today maybe we can improve that. But let's get started here. So maybe I can put this here on the bottom somewhere. I'm gonna hide these consoles. Okay, so AI state machine. There's the state machine. This is blueprintable. And all it really is a derived class of USM instance. And for those of you that don't know what that is, or probably most people probably not know what that is, it's just the state machine class or the graph class of the state machine for the Logic Driver Pro. So if I go into Unreal Engine and everything I do, like my C++ is, I'm going to try to make it a plugin from now on. I'm going to go to the advanced AI system, and we're going to make a state machine here. So we're going to make a blueprint class. And we're going to call this AI state machine right there. And great, that is a statement. That kind of made me a little scared when I saw the blueprint icon right there like that. Get rid of that guy. Don't know if I can. Oh, we're running the game right now. Okay. Simulation. So we'll get rid of that guy. We're going to call this state machine AI basic. And I think we can actually start designing this. So this is going to be a scene, I think. State. State machine. Okay, great. So we don't have to make another state machine. So looking at the top of this, there's a state machine right there, and there's the output. We go in one layer deep, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a state, and we're going to make a state for each behavior that we have available. And there's going to be more behaviors. Some people might call them actions, and behaviors, actions, those are going to be things like reload, ranged attack, melee attack. I can't really think of a whole other, like a whole bunch of these. I'm sure there's going to be more. But for now, we're going to focus on these 5. And the reason I have these 5 is I had more. And let me show you guys those behaviors. Main game auto character system AI behavior component. This guy right here. And we take a look at the structure, or we can go to the header file here. Let's see. So I have that's ranged attack. But the thing with range attack is you need to know about the weapon class, the weapon component, and those are things that aren't in the module yet at the advanced AI system layer. But idle, investigate, patrol, and seek, those are just basically managing the state and looking for patrol points and tags and things like that. So that's why I'm setting this AI system up to handle these 5 behaviors first. And when I want to make another implementation like that is more complex with more behaviors, I'm going to make another plugin based off the advanced AI system, or I'm going to go over here in my main game module, and I'm going to call this Unreal module. We're going to make an Unreal module, and we're going to say main game AI module, and everything that we need can be in here. Or, this is just an idea at this point. I may not go this route. I may just keep everything in this main game module, because then you have to worry about dependencies between both of these. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this guy for now. But there's the range attack that requires access to the weapon system, basically. Reload, same thing. Patrol, anything can implement that. Investigate, anything can implement that. Melee, you might have to get specific about the melee system to your character. So if it's a zombie, then your melee system, you need to know. You need to know what type of character you're working with. Is it a zombie humanoid? Is it a zombie dog? Anything like that. If it's a humanoid, then you know that you have to attach collision, some sort of collision, like capsule, to your left hand and right hand, and you have to track those things and blah, 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 blah. There's the seek function, EQS pathfinding. I made this a long, long time ago, and I don't remember what it was for. I don't need it right now, so I'm staying away from it. It looks like that had something to do with it as well. So back to the AI state machine. Let's go into Unreal, the editor, and we're going to say idle. Going to make a copy, five of these, right? Seek, investigate, patrol, and what was the other one? 3, 4. It's just this 4. Great. And we want to go back and forth on these. Not. Connect to state to it. How did I do this? Let's go to systems, AI. No clue. Pull up an old project. Oh. Building an old project right now. All right, back to it. So I think we go into systems, AI, one of the child. Ah, idle is the default. That's right. Okay, so back to main editor. Idle default entries. We're always idle by default. And state to state, we want to go back and forth. I'm going to make this real easy, pretty much a utility AI. But the point here that you might be asking, hey streamer, um, why are you making three separate implementations of AI? Um, and the reason is because whenever I'm working with my game, and maybe if I decide to sell this, I think it's important to have different ways to implement AI. Um, they're all they all have different pros and cons. And if you go with one, you might be able to achieve everything that you can with another, but it might take you a long time to do so. So what we're going to do is we need to know if the current behavior, so for current behavior type. Okay, great, that is fantastic. Let's see, it is equal to enum idle. So we're going to seek to idle. So let's copy this. Want to go from seek to idle if this is true. Yes. Not. Not equal. Right? Now I get confused with Boolean operator itself a lot. Let's double check. Idle. Idle to patrol. That looks good. Let's compile, save. And our state machine done. Plugins. My system. There it is right there. I want to be able to figure the state machine by the AI personality. And within the AI personality, um, maybe have a setting that allows you to change the component type, whether you want to run the behavior tree, the state machine, or the utility component. Now let's just make sure this component works. And the way that we're going to do that The personality should fit all systems. And I did learn. I bought this plugin from the marketplace a while back. Um, I need to give it a shout out because I bought from it. Called the AI Behavior Toolkit. I think it's great. It was a little confusing to me out of the box, but when I went through the code, it was Blueprint. It was not C++. I didn't convert to Blueprint. It's my own implementation. But I learned from it, and it was in Blueprint. And in my perspective, when I learned from it, the way it works, it's very much a utility AI, where the way it works is if the state equals idle, then idle. Then you do the idle things. If state equals patrol, then you do the patrol things, so on and so on. And that is a utility AI. But it was in C plus, it was in Blueprints, and it was a little confusing to me as far as its implementation. I, I, I should stop there. I don't want to bash someone else's product. It was fantastic for me. I learned a lot from it. And if you need to learn a lot from it, a lot from an AI system, I definitely think you should go and buy it. Um, Now, getting back to this. So, we just finished up our state machine, and we're going to go make a fox. We're going to basically copy this actor, the C++ version, and we're going to make a state machine version of him. So, animals, and then we're going to call this utility AI. And we're going to make a copy BP NPC Fox, and this is going to be state machine AI. And we're going to drag this guy out. And of course, right now, they're going to do the same thing, right? They're the exact same class. I basically made a copy of the blueprint and haven't done anything yet. So let's go and make a class. So we're going to have to save everything because we're going to restart the editor because we're going to make a new class. Close folder project. And we're going to go into AI, animal. I'm going to make a new directory, animal fox, state machine. And make an Unreal class. We're going to derive from an animal character. We're going to call this a NPC Fox state machine. And we're going to add these to our Git repo. Okay, we're going to make this blueprintable. Let's take a look at our previous Fox headers class. Nothing crazy here. We've just got the dynamic AI component. So with this guy, instead of having to apply, 1, 2, 3, whichever component you want for the respective system, whether that's the behavior tree, the state machine, or the utility, I made a component in which you basically tell it which of these you want, and it will initialize that. So I'm going to grab this guy and go into the state machine component, or a state machine Fox. We're going to forward declare this class. Go into the construction. And we're going to say a dynamic component. Luckily, I have a really great IDE, and I have code completion using the JetBrains AI assistant, and I absolutely love it. We're going to include our AI component here, not in the header. You can forward declare basically everything except structs and enums. So we need to set some things here. Let's go and take a look at the construction class here. I'm going to copy this stuff, bring it back over here. And you see here, this is where you're telling it what class you want. And here I want the state machine. This guy. And let's go ahead and import that. Personality is indeed Fox. And that's basically all we have to do to set this up. So we're pretty much done with our Fox NPC. What we're going to be focusing on now is the actual state machine component. So let's go and take a look at this. Why is it telling me that current behavior? Yeah, there it is right there. What does this do? It gets the AI state, current behavior type. Yep, returns that as a reference variable. Nice. So yeah, we can just get rid of this guy. Go to begin play. Get rid of that code right there. And this is fantastic. Check this out. It's already got this stuff. It will start the state machine. So let's go ahead and restart our editor. Hopefully this is quick. Because editor is running technically. Done. Recording something it should not. Oh yeah, because I got rid of that. That's okay. Looks like this is happening because I declared a widget with a class name that looks like it's already taken. Let's go to the chat system. Course widgets. I haven't done anything. Just delete them. We'll come back to that. Okay, what's next? AI state machine. Okay, looking good. Great. This will build. Hopefully the editor builds. Okay, let's go to State Machine AI for the Fox. I don't think we need to open this in the full editor, but we're going to go to File. We're going to reparent the blueprint, and we're going to go to Fox, State Machine. There he is right there. We're going to reparent. Going to compile and save. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to do anything because I forgot to do something for the state machine. See what happens. We'll start the simulation. Um, great. No editor crashes. Pretty sure this Fox is going to move. Yep. Look at the state machine. It is not running. Take a look at this guy. Let's look at the AI dynamics component, which is the one that spawns the correct behavior component, and it does have the AI state machine component. The current behavior is none. Let's see what's going on with the output logs. Look for personality. Okay, it was found. State machine AI. Okay. Oh, I don't think we set the state machine. So let's go to the Fox. Right, so if we go over here and so we go to the state machine component. AI state machine class. See, this guy's not set. There's no way to set him because we're spawning him at runtime. Be right back. Alright, so let's go ahead and start making the necessary modifications to some data structures to support this. So uh, let's go take a look at the personality data table, this guy right here. And this is what we're going to modify. So we're going to add, I think, two fields. One that allows us to select the component, the AI component version that we want. I think that's just going to be T subclass of the root component, which is an abstract class, so you can't pick that. And then the second thing we're going to add is 2 and 3 things. We're going to need a reference to a behavior tree and also a state machine. So let's get started there. Let's go ahead and close everything, clean up our area. We're going to go to a advanced AI system. Oh man, this is where things get a little complicated. No, I think this works. So I'm going to say T is subclass of this guy. And they're going to have a this state machine, we're gonna have to move him here in the advanced AI systems. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna break some things. Let's fix this guy. So this needs to be advanced AI system. This needs to be fix that. Delete the old ref. Oh, that's fine. Great. And this is going to be T subclass of UAI state machine. And we're going to do a forward declaration because we don't want to import that right now. This is going to be the state machine class. I wonder if you can do this. T soft. Does that work? Let's try that. And then we're going to have reference to behavior tree. Right. I am recognizing that we're not really using T-soft the same thing, whatever throughout. I think that's fine for now. I do understand that there is some implications here as far as not using that. Like if you were to use a static mesh, right? So if you did something like use static mesh reference, and you could be referencing something like I don't know, a character's okay, different use case. A static mesh for an inventory item, right? You may not want to do this. You may instead want to do tsoft object pointer. And the reason for this is because if you did not do this and you had the asterisk and you are doing a reference to that, you were essentially loading that to memory. That's my understanding. So I'm going to get rid of that right now. We're going to close our editor. We're going to open it again, and we're going to see if we break anything. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, I knew we were going to break first, and it is. Behavior tree. All right, same thing. Kind of annoying we don't get those intelligence errors. Right? Next. Oh, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's go ahead and set up our code to do the correct thing. Yeah, file. It doesn't know the class. I don't have it here. So what we need to do between these guys, we're going to say include advanced AI system state machine AI state machine. That should resolve that right there. Great. And we're just making sure that we can compile. We still have C++ work to do. We should basically stay out of the editor, but we want to make sure that we're compiling. Okay, so I see the issue here. So um, this module here should not know about this module or the example AI module, right? But these guys can know about this module. That's how that should be. So what I'm going to do here is UASM component is a derivative of UAI behavior component. So I'm going to go back to that state machine and replace this guy. And we're here, replace that guy there. And there we go. That. But we can't have any references to a state machine component. So we're just going to reference this parent component, which is the UAI behavior component. And it should be fine. So let's give this a run again. Okay, great. We know that we can compile. Let's go look at our data table real quick, see what that looks like. Um, that's interesting. That's broken. Um, anyway, I can fix this. Parent. AI state machine. Parent that. Do we break the editor? I think we did. It's good. It's good. We're good. All right, fantastic. So let's look at our personalities. So the state machine class, so this would be something like SMAI basic, right? The behavior component that we want. So we want this guy to be the state machine. And then we have a behavior tree. Doesn't matter because the state machine is going to be using the state machine class here. But if we did have the behavior tree, or right, the behavior tree, um, the utility, oh yeah, I haven't created it yet. But when we get there, it's going to be referencing this behavior tree. So for now, let's go ahead and make this implementation. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working in the dynamic component. And let's go look at one of our foxes. Keep this guy on the right. I just want to see how we configure this. So we're saying the utility class here, but I don't really want to do that. It should stop right there because we're setting the class that we want in the personality. So what we can do is we can go to begin play over here, and this is our runtime setup. We don't really want to do much in our construction component here because it won't really matter. Okay, we're testing, making sure that we are an AI. If we couldn't find a valid behavior component class, then we're going to return. I think we're going to want to modify this. So what we want to do is we want to get our personality right now. So at this point, what does this get declared? personality name and the state machine component. The state machine component is deriving from Dirty's component. Um, that is not correct. So this needs to be deriving from UAI behavior component. Bam. Great. So we have personality name in the AI behavior component. Let's get rid of this here. Notice that guy right there. So we'll make a public function. Set personality by name. And we'll say personality. Yep. And I guess we'll call initialize personality. And what we want to do is AI great. So that's a start there. And when the initialize personality, let's go see what that does. That loads the personality. Let's see how to, let's see. This right here. So we want to grab the personality a little sooner. So we're going to go to the dynamic component, getting a little overwhelmed myself. And I'm kind of getting an idea here. I gotta remember that this is a little different. Won't need this anymore. Let's just comment that out. And I'm gonna set this up how I want it. AI dynamic component. And this will be, you know what, it's gonna be the same thing. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the parent class and I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna say virtual. Go to the dynamic component over here and we're gonna say virtual void set personality. Bam. And we're gonna make this do whatever we want it to. So what we need to do is we need to get the personality. So let's go to there we go. Bam. And now what we have access to got and what did we call this? State machine class or behavior component. Bam, there we go. T subclass of U behavior. Bam. Love the autocomplete. Now what we want to do is we want to spawn the class. Let's see. With the owner, just seeing what else I might have to set up. I need to call initialize personality. Great. That looks good. It should stop there. Okay, so now we're going to go into the state machine component. Get the personality. We're checking if the personality state machine class is not valid. Then what we're going to do is we're going to return. And so now we know that this is valid at this point of execution. We set this guy here, and that starts the state machine. We've done a lot of C++ editing. I'm going to go ahead and restart the editor. And I know that we're going to have to go back and refactor our utility AI component. Okay, just access personality. That's great. Looks like we broke the editor. Let's see what this is. See. So the stuff gets compiled at runtime, and I think it compiles for some of the actors that are in your current level. So we already tested for that. At this point, it says that there's something going on in this row. So if there is no owner, what we're going to do is return. And, let's see if that fixes the editor crash. Oh, because I have the crash log open. All right, let's see what's going on. So this is happening. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we should have access to the static library and a function that's called spawn behavior for NPC. This, we'll call this guy. Behavior component is should be get a pure cast. Kind of nasty here. Behavior class is going to be the troll. Going to set current behavior. What do we make that? Here we go. Bam. Make these guys. And then we're going to say live recompile. Great. We're going to say behavior start. And then we will say oh, there's definitely an issue here, so do it. You start the editor. Okay, back to our state machine. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to say behavior. Pick method. So right there, that should give us patrol functionality. So let's see what happens. Fantastic. That is neat. All right, and then down here we can call behavior end, and what we're gonna want to do is destroy component. Copy this guy. All right, all this looks really nasty, but it's fine right now for our state machine. Um, and I guess we can keep doing the same things. Um, so let me go ahead and just do this. I think a lot of this we can just copy and paste. So let's try that. Let's try and paste this here, right? To stick to the behavior on state end, and then the investigate. Right. This is what I don't like about blueprints. Here. Fantastic. All right. Copy these guys again. Go to seek. Guy pure, lesson learned. Seek. And then finally we have our idle. This guy needs to be pure. Idle. Great. Close all this. This is really good. So not much more to test here. Let's go and check on our utility component. This guy right here. Let's see what's going on. If we have things in our setup method, it's gonna have to be migrated. Let's set this guy to the utility component. Let's see how these guys function. Oh, man, that is so cool. And let's check on their settings. We're going to want to look at the AI personality or behavior component. Oh, utility A. That is freaking neat. All right. So we've made some good progress, accomplished 2 out of the 3 things for our AI. What we're going to do now is we're going to git commit significant progress for AI system, state machine, and utility AI components work well. And we're going to commit and push. And, oh, let's go back. I might have a push problem. Okay, I'm going to handle all that on my own. Let's go and finish up the AI system. So we're going to go to artificial intelligence, behavior tree, and this is going to be behavior tree Fox. I have not touched the behavior tree in a long time. Behavior. I'm kind of wondering to do with the blackboard. I don't care about the blackboard. I really don't care about that. The behavior tree. So with the behavior tree, sure this guy just documentation they just stick in the controller. Stick it in the controller. Let's go and set up our AI to run the behavior tree. Um, okay, so we'll do now. I think we're gonna finish up the AI system. Call it a day as far as it running a behavior tree. Might get the behavior tree working for a patrol, and then call it a day there. So go and add a directory. We're gonna call this AI behavior tree component. Uh, no one has to do it like this. I'm choosing to do it like because this is how I want my system to work. Call this AI behavior tree component. Great. And we're gonna say virtual void initialize component. Oh yeah, I remember how the utility AI component works. So go to setup. Here as our in the construction, there's a delegate and the parent that we're binding to, and we're handling the behavior change. This is the meat and bones of the utility AI component. Okay, let's finish this up. Component. We're doing the similar that we did in the state machine, which is track the current behavior. Kind of thing that we might be able to do this in the parent component. So uh, for now, I'm ready to call it a day. So we're gonna put the current behavior here. Save everything. Give the code a recompile. Great. We're gonna get the set the current behavior, and we're literally doing the exact same thing that we did in the state machine. We're gonna say behavior start. We're gonna get the current. We're gonna get the current behavior, and we're gonna say behavior uh, tick. And we're gonna say behavior end, and then we will say on behavior end, we will say does what did we do in the state machine? Oh yeah, we don't want that. Just definitely not. Um, so what we're gonna want to do in these behaviors.